Yeah, my people, how I do? I already know who they here, Pararan they here, so. And I already know this is Mock News Talk Show. So I deal with one of our big bros because a lot of the country people don't over complain. It is the apple. Why Mock News not the good there? So now I travel all the way from Nigeria, come here, come Liberia, one-on-one to come see wetin dey really bring this problem. Why people they do a lot of things. So now today I will talk to one of our oga, ogbonge oga. Now I be the Deputy Minister of Information and Culture, and when I know the way they speak the English now, Atanosha and Atota Gagara is the talk well, but now let me come meet am so that me and I feel relate, so that my fans will feel know wetin dey happen for Liberia. So, Honorable, you are highly welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Before I speak my...
no, na local. Just use that one to just do you make for office now.
Yeah, before I speak my local thing, let me welcome you as an African brother from Nigeria. Now I can speak my language. So thank you very much. It's an honor to have you here. We the Liberian people, we're happy.
No, you will speak the colloquial well so that they'll feel understand.
I'm talk to you, so
okay,
we are happy the way you come from where Nigeria, you come here.
Yes.
We see you, at least you come to ask us questions. What is happening here?
Yes.
So we will tell you today what is happening here. A lot of good things are happening here.
Okay. So the first thing I'm going to ask you, a lot of people, they cry. Every time, my men, we are dying in Liberia, my men, I say, what did they happen? Why people, they protest, say, this government, not they try, say, what did they cause the problem?
Well, you know the thing here that can cause the problem? Most election time, when people vote, they vote for change.
Yes.
But are they really ready for change? That's part of the problems we're having.
Okay.
They voted for change, and change is here. The change means that we won't build a country now.
Yes.
Most time we look at Nigeria, we say, oh, Nigeria, Korea. Look at Ghana. Ghana is built. But you people who decided to build Ghana and Nigeria, you stop cooking 3 different kinds of meat in one soup.
Yeah.
Meaning you tie your stomach.
Yeah.
You said, I will not cook pig feet, chicken feet, and cow foot in one soup.
Okay.
I will keep some of that money to build. In Liberia, we have been used to something different. Every day, cold beer, chicken feet, cow foot, everything we put it in the soup. We eat everything. Well, the people voted for change. So this president came, he decided, I'll give you change. And he decided to bring about the change in a way that is so fast that some people are saying, we are used to eating our chicken feet, cow feet, pig feet in one soup. Now we cannot afford this. It's because to build roads, you can't be eating chicken feet, cow foot, and that thing in one soup. To build hospitals like the 14 military hospital, you have to cut down. To build schools, you have to cut down. Look, Pararan, since 1847, since 1847, we gain independence. People in Nigeria gained independence in 1961.
1960 something. On a quick get to.
But yeah, but since 1847, the total number of paved road, Kota road, tar road, cement road, all is just 750 kilometers since 1847.
Courage now.
Yes, this president took over 2 years now. In his second year, he's paving over 400 kilometers of roads. That's more than half of the total road paved since 1847. Can you imagine that?
So you come and say Liberia people not like road. I mean that they complain.
The ones that they complain, most of them don't complain, but the ones you see complaining, it's like they say, leave the roads, give us chop.
Okay.
Look, since we had military since 1847, we've never had a military hospital. We are now building the first military hospital. In fact, the roof is on top of it as we speak. Under this president.
Okay.
You know how you have, you people get something in Nigeria like the Federal Police Secret Service. We have our own here, they call it NSA, National Security Agency. Ever since this country been founded, they have been renting in one building up Mama Point. If you like, I will carry you there right now. It's this president that is building a new building in his second year on 10 acres of land, over 75 offices. I'm not talking about command and control center. Okay. Since this country was founded, it's the first time in his second year that we are paying our WISE fees. You know, you have the West Africa examination thing.
WISE.
Yes, we are paying for, the government is paying for the students' fees.
Now,
Even Nigeria, they don't have tuition-free universities and colleges. In this country, under this president, in the second year, we have tuition-free universities and colleges. As poor as we are. Can you imagine that?
Okay.
So think about it for a second. How do we pay all the money here, my brother? It means we have to cut down on the chicken feet, cow foot, and pig feet in one soup. You should eat just pig foot.
Now
so
we don't understand.
You
So
see what I'm talking?
I feel you now. So which plans none are get for the youth of Liberia?
Now
This new government.
we have a program for the youth, and I can tell you about 2-3 months ago, the youth, in fact, the youth and sports minister just left the building.
Yes.
He was here for a press conference relative to the game against Chad. 2,000 youths graduated. We have the TVET program. We have the MVTC-like kind of program, which means that as a youth, everybody cannot go and learn book to say, I want to be Dr. Olufemi or Dr. Eugene L. Fagon and this. No. But you can learn to become a mason, a carpenter. You can become a mechanic. Once they are finished with this program, through the European Union, the World Bank, our government, along with those people, gave them 2,000 Liberian dollars with the kit. Go and start your own business. That is what we're doing. For some of our disadvantaged youth that were labeled, they call them Zogos, the youth that are on drugs and stuff. We have now a rehabilitation program in place, but it is difficult because we are overwhelmed with the numbers. We fought a brutal civil war. Most of those people were kids at the time of the war. They got drugged by the warlords and they remain on those drugs. They were never rehabilitated, and this government have met them. So this government is putting into play all the kind of small thing, treatment, then training. You become mason, you become carpenter, mechanic. Yes. You finish, we give you money. You go out there, you do some things for yourself.
Okay, that one a nice one. So, what did this government now they do now to fix the economy of this country?
You see, my brother, we must first of all, you asked me, what is this government doing to fix it?
Yeah.
Permit me first to tell you the source of the problem.
Yes.
We had 16 billion with a B. This small country, after war, everybody is coming to help you. Hey, my brother, your country is destroyed. I'm going to help you. Everybody came. Over $16 billion passed through here. Since you came from the airport, darkness almost killed you when you were coming into town. Did you not see darkness?
I go reach that side soon.
So, what happened with that money? That money disappeared. Most of it disappeared. 16 billion. Yeah. Let's look at United Nations Monetary Mission in Liberia. They call it UNMIL. The biggest peacekeeping operation for United Nations. They were here. So imagine all those 17,000 troops getting paid, spending money here, renting buildings, using equipments, all of that. Millions of dollars was being pumped into our economy at that time. Those people have gone though. 16 billion disappeared. Mm-hmm. Then we have a lot of rubber and a lot of iron ore. The prices in those things have dropped. You see where the economy is going. So foreign exchange through United Nations gone. Foreign exchange through rubber and iron ore gone. 16 billion that was being poured in to help this nation gone. Everything is gone. They handed it to President Weah. Only for us to go check that the previous government sought authorization. They went to the legislature, the parliament. They said, please give us authorization to print $5 billion. Parliament asked them, what do you want to do with that money? They said, we want to change the tier money on the market, monies that are tuned. They said, go ahead. Instead of printing the 5 billion, they printed the 5 billion. They went back, they printed 10 extra billion that was not authorized. In that process, even though they printed the extra 10.
For this small country, so.
This small country, even though they printed the extra 10 and reported it, guess what happened? They printed additional, or you can call it excess. They printed 2.6 billion, brought it into the country, never reported that money. As I speak to you now, we don't know where that money is. But it came in. You can see the record. Enter. The money enter.
But we don't know where it enter.
We don't know.
Maybe we will find out before we go, sir. Okay.
So now, you have plenty of money running behind few market goods. It's called inflation. They took this problem and handed it to President Weah. Now come to the problem you asked me now. How are you fixing this problem? The first thing our president has done was try to get the central bank and the Ministry of Finance, both groups responsible for monetary policy and fiscal policy. Call them, he said, fix this thing. Then he set up what we call a technical economic management team. He put that team into play. Then he turned around, he called the rice importer. He said, rice is our staple food. You need $200 million to import rice. But please, I beg you, reduce the price a little bit. They said, okay, no problem. He called the people changing monies on the street. Told them, say, go and get certification. So that you're not coming in the morning when we announce one rate, you put the rate up again. Then he turned around. He decided to call stakeholders to a meeting. How do we tackle this problem of the economy? And so these are things that he have done so far. Quite recently, in fact, before recently, he decided, look, my people, times are hard. This big salary Eugene Fagon and others are taking, they need to cut it. So the first thing he did, he led by example. He cut his own salary by 25%. Then for us, the minister at the time, a small country like this,
yes.
Do you know what my salary was?
No.
For $5,000 a month. The average person is making around $150 a month.
For minister here, $5,000
US dollars
a month.
A month.
Now.
No, not now. Harmonization has cut me good.
Okay.
But I appreciate it.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, they cut that money 10% first. So we were around 3,000 change. With the harmonization, they've cut. I'm around 2,000 and change. I appreciate it. This country is too small. Our people are suffering. That was one of the steps he took. The last step he's taking now is to change the money. Because if you have money, our money was reported to be around $17.5 billion in circulation. That means all our money in our country. But remember the 2.6 I told you about? Two investigative reports, one international, one local, produced in the report that money was printed, delivered, but cannot be accounted for.
Until now,
Until now, we cannot find that money. So now, what do? We have to change the money. So recently, to address the economic situation again, he sent to Parliament, we need to change this money because we don't even know the total amount. And as I speak to you, almost 90% of our total currency in circulation is outside of our banking sector. I know you're looking at me like, what are you talking? Are you out of your head? Yes.
I don't understand because outside people can get the money more than bank.
More than bank.
Africa.
You see, this is what President Weah is struggling with. So to address the suffering of the people under this whole economic nightmare, the president went ahead and reduced tariffs on over 2,000 goods. Chicken feed, pig feed, all those things, tariffs. If you bring in agricultural product, tariffs, 0. If you bring in school products, 0. So this president have moved beyond to tackle this situation. And last but not the least, quite recently, there was a national economic dialogue held just about 2 to 3 weeks ago that submitted a bunch of recommendations so that our government can tackle it. And our president is working on it right now as we speak.
Okay. So now this thing I can cause this problem because when I come, a lot of people they talk say 90 days make 1 month. Why that statement? Say 90 days before they'll pay them salary. Wait it cause them.
Okay.
And why una bring their salary down and things for the town not come down. Price of goods not come down. But their salary una so why?
You remember when I told you that Nigeria, Ghana, and other countries are built today because people decided to hold their stomach small to have those big buildings and good roads. I'm giving you that analogy because of our country, the situation we're in. You understand? How about me? You come from paying me 5,000 and change. You can't bring me down to 2,000. You think I like that? But I love it because of my country. Look at our country carefully. You have been here a few days. Just look at our country. Underdeveloped. The 4th poorest country in the world. So here is the deal. Government is the biggest employer, not the private sector. about 77,000 employees on government payroll. Our revenue cannot match our wage bill. It's like you do all your selling every day. You only get $2, but your spending is $5. So every day you have to go and beg. Please, oh, please give me $3. Let me add it to my $2 and pay. Why you do that? So at the end of the day, this president is saying, let us spend within our means. What we get from revenue is what we should be spending. Because the day the people don't give it to us, then it means we don't have it. We'll collapse. Simple. Yes. So at the end of the day, when you hear people say 90 days make 1 month, they are talking about the fact that in 2 to 3 months, then we get 1 month pay. That was never the case until this harmonization. My brother, this is what was happening in Liberia. The actual people from civil service means the government arm responsible to hire people. 45,000. But the previous government, that 16 billion that was coming in, and all those monies that were coming in, they were very crafty enough to bring about something they call bonuses. Regular bonuses. Meaning you did not go to the civil service to take a test and be hired by the government. When the past government took over, they downsized, right-sized, and marginalized. For this government, there was no downsize, there was no right-size. They maintained everybody. You understand? They did not do that. So that was part of the problem. Now, the second problem there was when we decided that we were going to cut salaries and create a pay grade for everybody, meaning in some ministry, Pararan, directors, in fact, in my own place here, the director here was making 90, assistant director, whom you saw behind me, the guy who laid this thing, was making $90 US dollars.
A month.
A month. It's due to this harmonization he will make equal with his friends. His friends in other areas were making $600-700. Do you see the disparity right there? An assistant director in my office, same job, same thing, is making $90. Because a minister favors another person in another office, or he comes from his party, he decides what that person makes. This government said no. Equal work for equal pay. So at the end of the day, the process became complicated because government decided to do two things. One, the harmonization. Two, to move towards automated payment system. Which means at the end of the month, you and controller get no talk. You and HR don't have a talk. Your money goes into your account.
Straight.
Yes. Our people don't like that. So to fix that automated payment, you need digital systems, right? And you need a whole program to set that up. So when you get it right, you'll be able to do it right. Yes. But since it was not gotten right, thus the delay. So it does not mean there's no money there to pay them.
Okay. So now they delayed something.
Then now our people say 90 days equal 1 month, which means it takes you 90 days to pay us 1 month.
But it's not 90 days.
It's not 90 days. It is the process. And what is happening now? I myself who here, I should be saying 60 days equals 1 month. But I guarantee you, once the automated payment system is set up, the money is there. As the deputy spokesperson for the government, the money is there.
So how long this thing will take?
As soon as the automated system is set up.
So the delay not go there.
It goes straight in that account.
Okay.
So we don't want the glitches, because if you give Liberian men money and you say you go back and say, oh, I overpaid you, forget it. You will eat that one first, then maybe next time you will correct your mistake.
So now you dey talk say the country not to get money and they try manage. Or they try manage.
Yes.
So but they say if the president won't travel, the full country they travel with them. Everybody, even minister of sport, minister of youth, everybody go travel with them. So this thing, they bring more expenses.
Well, the first thing we need to establish is it true? I will tell you this: some Liberians are good at lying, very good, and when they lie, they feel comfortable doing it and they smile about it. Our whole country currency, I told you, was 17.5 billion to be in circulation. You remember the noise? They said 16 billion Liberia money got missing. How can the whole country currency get missing? That was a lie. They said the president wore $12,000 shoe. That was a lie. They tell you the president can carry the whole country to UN General Assembly. That is also a lie. You know why? Because when you have a UN General Assembly meeting, you have different UN agencies like United Nations Scientific, Educational and Cultural Organization, UNESCO. you have World Food Program, you have United Nations Postal this thing, just UNICEF, United Nations Children. You see, so these people will say, hey, from the various countries, what is happening, what is going on, they pay for the ticket for these people, sectoral areas. So like Ministry of Gender will have an invitation from the UN to go. So she carries some stuff, that UN agency pays for the ticket. Yes. It doesn't mean that they are going on the country's budget. This president left this country with 12 persons on his delegation. The rest of the other people went on their own. Yes.
So the total amount of people will go, like how many?
They were not even 60. Where these people talking?
60.
They were not. Because you see, like the health minister, you need to go, so you talk to World Health Organization, WHO. Education minister, you are going to talk to United Nations Children Educational Scientific something, UNESCO. You see, that is how it works. But because they see these people going, they think it's government of Liberia going there and the president is carrying them. These people don't know that United Nations have different organizations.
So everybody not go once. Now
no.
Everybody on their own.
But if everybody was to go once, don't you think somebody will come behind the country and steal everything?
Because they will lock the country down. So even at the travel, now they lock the country. They want to come back and open the door.
Open the door, yes.
Because now so I got things say everybody they follow the president, they travel.
No, that is not true.
Yes.
Nobody follows the president. In fact, one time they said that the president chartered a jet, 17,000 per hour. You are going to Japan, you charter jet 17,000 per hour. How much do you think you will pay for the trip?
Okay, so more go break first. So I will come back again. This time, fire for fire. Yeah, my people out on a day, and I don't already know the year. Please, anytime when you come Liberia, or you just want to come tour, anything when you want to come for Liberia, you don't get anybody. I trust on I put on for these people. Because they take care of me at the Liberia. If you not get car, we will come pick you from airport. They did there. So now their contact, now just did there. So just contact them. If you want to call Liberia, you want to tour around, you don't get hotel, they will help you book the hotel, they will do everything for you for Liberia. So Pararan are the place. Even your flight ticket not the way, they will do one way. So Pararan are the main people for Liberia, for cars, even Ferrari they get, but you understand, because they're not going to give me that one. They said no, I will spoiler, so they're going to give me another one. So you understand. So anything where your money reach, that they will do for you. If not being hotel, now guest us, they will do anything, but they're not a book guest for person. Carry your gear for the people. So my people.
So many patients that have been suffering from cardiovascular disease, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and others have always been recommended to take prescription medication. But now the recommendation is to take health supplements like bitter leaf capsule. Bitter leaf has been used in Africa for thousands of years to treat various diseases. And now I am going to share this amazing life-changing information with you about a health supplement that I just discovered. The product is called Bitter Leaf Capsule, produced here in the U.S. by the company called Nature Herbalife Incorporated. Have you ever heard of bitter leaf? My guess is yes. Most people around the world have heard of bitter leaf, also known as Vernonia amygdalina, and its amazing medicinal value. As its name suggests, bitter leaf is a natural plant, mostly found in Africa, whose main characteristic is its bitter stem and leaves.
Yeah, my people. So I just say, I'm going to watch this one to tell no. Wait here, I want to talk about. Before I come, we see when I get problem with our doctors, native doctor, traditional doctors, you understand what I do they talk. So on a office settle those issue with the doctors.
Oh, definitely. Here was the problem. 2,000 health workers in this country, they were sitting down doing nothing.
2,000.
2,000 plus. Nobody hired them. So when this government came, considering the importance of health situation in the country, after Ebola, when Ebola was done, remember, all the non-governmental organizations, they left. 2,000 health workers were sitting down doing nothing.
There be native doctor.
Not native doctors per se. Any kind of health worker.
No, the way they take sit down. No, say a native doctor, they always sit down.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So they were sitting down like native doctors.
Just they take salary.
They were not even taking salary. They were not even on the payroll. They were not even working at all. Considering that we came from Ebola.
Yes.
This president said no. The health of the country is important. So the president brought them into the workforce. You understand?
Yes.
So now bringing them into the health workers' force, the president then decided that, look, when these people were working, they were paying them as low as $40 per hour.
Yes.
As low as $40. When this president came, he said, no. Nobody makes less than $100. It's on the record. You can check it. Now, with this harmonization, if you remember what you said, 90 days equals what? 1 month. This process disturbed them. And they said, no, we can't take, we want our money. But the issue has been resolved. They got paid their money. In fact, while we were holding the press conference here, they were receiving text alerts that their monies were in the accounts, all of the months that was requested for. So as it stands right now, government does not owe them monies. So the problem was resolved. President Weah does not play with health workers.
Okay, good. That one good. So what about like your government now? The way people they complain, they protest. So how you want to rate your government?
Well, let me tell you the big problem here. Pararan, Liberia has $4.6 billion outside of this country in assets.
What did they do there?
They stole it from here. Let me give you some of the way they took some of the money. There was a company here called the National Oil Company of Liberia, NOCAL. Over hundreds of millions was paid by Chevron and the other Exxon oil company. I'm sure you heard it around. They did not take one bottle of oil from here. All the monies for that particular project disappeared. And we did not even build one room to say this is NOCAL's office. You're looking at me like, what kind of thing this guy is talking? How can a country receive hundreds of millions of dollars for oil deposits, but the national oil company that received the money does not even have a straw or a mud house to call office? That's the sad story. That's one. $10 million got missing from the Ministry of Finance. Our former president took responsibility for it. Took responsibility for NOCAL. $13 million from the Ministry of Health in terms of the Ebola money that was sent. I'm sure you saw a video to that effect. That money disappeared. 5 million Japanese grant fund from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. That one also disappeared. People will tell you, oh, the president is corrupt. He's building for the selling houses. He can even build 100 houses. Your evidence should be he stole this money. But you cannot show. So listen now, the president's son, the president's son have signed 3 lucrative contracts that I know about with Celtics, Scottish
Which one? Team. This current one or?
No, the Timothy Weah, the one that plays number 9 for the U.S. national team.
Yes.
Who is the striker? He signed for Paris Saint-Germain. He signed for Celtics in Scotland. He recently signed a 10 million euro. And then you say this man cannot build a house? And guess who's the manager for that boy?
Who will be the manager?
His father, President Weah. He's the manager for Timothy Weah.
So in the fly, they go sign for everything. And they follow the people they negotiate.
Then they bring the paper he signed. He's the manager for this striker. And that boy is the number 9 for America's team. He played for Paris Saint-Germain. That Neymar is playing for now. Is that the kind of... And he's only 19 years old. So he will make more millions. But his father earned more millions before him.
Yes.
So what is the issue? Come and bring the evidence. Say you stole this money. But the real issue here is what I'm telling you about. Jim Thornton of Great Britain helped us discover it's just a matter of time. There is about 4.6 billion.
Is this country now they call this money come from? So
that's the country. This is the country.
So billion. My ear don't they pay me.
So you see, the reason why they bring all this noise, if you know what $1 billion is, 100 million make 1 billion. 100 million. So these people have no problem with bringing 4 million here to make people go in the street and be yelling. But that yelling is not stopping this 4 billion. As I'm speaking to you, they are working on it right now. We are working on it seriously to make sure that we bring these people to book. Already those responsible for printing the excess 2.6 billion without authorization, they are on trial right now.
In the country? In
this country.
So they
are on trial. So the other ones who have the 4.6 billion, they are doing everything to destabilize the country because in chaos, you cannot ask them for the 4.6
So the main question, Abby, so how you want to rate this government now? Which the rate that we won't give on a percentage mark? Like when I come so I want it rate on. Una they do well or una no they do well.
We are doing very extremely astronomically well, and here is why. The economy remains a challenge. I already laid out how this economy thing came about. But if you take the economy and set it down, which the president is fighting the economy right now, think about it. Without money, 16 billion money that came into the country, all the money. Without the money, we have a tuition-free university for all of our young people. We pay their YX fees. We digitized the University of Liberia, and our passing rate in our public schools have increased. Education knockout. Yes. National security. Our police will now make $50 more. Our DEA make $50 more. Our police make $36 more. DEA $50. Fire service makes $50 more. The army make $30 more. Health workers are not being paid under 100. Teachers are not being paid under 100. So again, let's look at progress being made. He's building roads. Over half the total number of road bills since
he's
constructing buildings, public buildings on government's own properties. Let's look at the healthcare sector. He sent 22 medical doctors, Liberians. We have not had specialists in this country. You get sick here, we have to take you to Nigeria or Ghana. Yes.
Oh, now they come that side.
Yes. Well, we didn't have it. When this president took over, he took 22 Liberian medical doctors and sent them out of the country to specialize. We are in year 2. By the end of his first term, we have 22 Liberian specialists. You Nigerian, you will come here for treatment because we have oncologists.
We're not the sick, no worry.
Okay, but then you will come because we have all the best specialists. Okay. Think about that for a second.
Yes.
Look around carefully what this president is doing in our country. Look at our inner city roads that he is paving. Look at the road network pavement in our country. He's embarked upon. So the country is on course. Okay. What these people do not want is that you had 16 billion. You did not do anything. The mayor without anything, who just cut salaries, is now able to build more roads than you did in 2 years.
Okay, I don't understand that. So, what will be this issue of corruption for our country? What will be this issue of this corruption? What did they bring this corruption problem?
There are two things. You have one group accusing the other of corruption without evidence, meaning they can't show proof. Then you have the other group that is showing proof. They handcuff people, put them in jail. We're looking for 4.6 billion right now.
Yes.
We have proven that they stole 10 million. We are proving that they stole 15 million, 100 million. We are proving it. We have evidence and we are proving it. But the others are making the noise because if you put the country in chaos, then nobody able to come after you for the money that you stole. That is the argument here. The argument is, do we let this man continue? We had all this money. We did nothing with this money. This man don't have money. And he's doing all of this. Now we are looking bad. We have to find a way to destabilize the country.
Okay.
That is the real argument here. Corruption. Show proof. If you say the president stole, show proof.
Yes.
If you say Mr. Fangon stole, show proof. Stop talking it because our own, we are showing proof.
Okay. So now, you believe, say, the president now, which is the current president now, you sure say he will change Liberia?
Definitely. And the evidences are there. Liberia was the world's richest country, in my mind. We were the world's largest producer of iron ore. We were the world's largest producer of rubber. At the same time, 2 commodities in the world, hot cake, we produced them both. No country in the world could measure.
Yes.
We never had a digitized university. We never had free tuition for colleges and universities. Yeah. Can you imagine that? We never had YX fees paid. He has changed that. YX fees are paid. Students are doing better in school because study classes are paid for. When they graduate from high school, they go to a tuition-free college or university. Never happened. That is what you call real change. Our military used to walk around like they don't even have clinic. Today, they have a modern hospital and they are a modernized military. In under 2 years, he's accomplishing this thing. Okay. Let's look back at road network. Since 1847, until the day he took over, we had only 750 kilometers of paved road. Today, we are on course tracking 400 kilometers of paved road. That is what we call real change because now You are changing from just 750 kilometers of road. By the end of your term, we would have paved more kilometers of roads than all of the presidents since Joseph Jenkins Roberts up to present. That's what you call genuine change. He is taking our public offices out of people rented houses on their own properties, like the NSA, like the military hospital. He is building the 14th military city out there in Shefflin. The place has been cleared. Look at the road you came on the airport. Work has begun on it for a 4-lane modernized with modern light poles and everything. Look, the country is on an irreversible course.
So make I ask you this one. Why George come Nigeria come collect some t-shirts, all those kind of things? Because we want to know, even we say we got to say, what did they happen?
Think about what I just told you. If people had YX fees paid,
how many he collect? So 60,000.
He didn't collect it.
Okay,
he didn't collect it. He made an advance proposal there.
That's
because the educational minister said we had a deficit of about 6,000 teachers. And nobody needs to do.
What did they call deficit?
Meaning you need that many teachers, you short teachers.
Okay.
You have students, but you don't have teachers.
Okay, no teachers for
No teachers.
So.
And you know the reason why?
No.
Our educational system, according to the former president, was a mess. But they didn't do anything to fix it. It's now that this president is fixing it. And what led to a shortage in teachers? We have to look at that. Because when you go to high school and you look at the fee you have to pay for WISE, you just drop out of high school. When you think about what you have to pay before you enter the university, where you just turn around and go by your business, don't bother. But today, we have enrollment swelling at the highest level.
So una get teachers now.
It's not that we have teachers, we are on course to breaching that gap. Because more people are in school, more people are graduating from colleges and university, and at the end of the day, more people are entering what? Teachers Training College.
Okay. So if una they do all these things then, so why the opposition party see the verse, say, the protest, say, una no they do well? So what did they cost?
Because of 4.6 billion.
4.6 billion.
We want to take it from them and we'll take it from them.
When this, what did it cost the 4.6 billion? So what did happen?
It's the money they stole.
Okay.
Out of this country.
4.6 billion.
4.6 billion.
Over US dollars or Liberia dollars?
US dollars. US, United States
dollars.
When I
get flight to carry that kind of money.
The money is both in money and assets.
4.6
billion is what we are tracking right now. And there's a major investigation on for about 550
Wait, if they really take that 4.something billion, how you want to fight those people with 4.something billion? Wait, you will not get money.
That's the problem we are in now. That's why every day they go take 1 million, they just come. Hey, they pay people $10. Get on the street, make noise, destabilize the government. And people are not understanding. So the gullible ones take the money, they shout. But we are on course.
So you mean say that they pay some of the people in the protest?
Oh, they do. They even pay media. They spend big monies. But they still will not stop us. Because our government needed at least $1 billion to do our road network.
$1 billion?
1 billion. We went with
we go do all the road for Liberia.
The road networks will be on course.
Yeah, the remaining 3 billion.
We'll take like 1 billion, put half towards education, put half towards agriculture, so that we can have sustainability in our food, or if you like, food security. Take some more, put it into the healthcare sector, put it into technology, and make us to be an advanced country. So we move towards manufacturing, we move towards mechanized farming, and all of those things. We are chasing them, and they are dropping the money on the way to create chaos.
Oh, as soon as they pursue that, they drop money for the way.
Because they have these guys that they pay to make all this noise.
So wait till you go boast for now, say, George, which is the president. Forget how they call her, like, I'm not saying a pigeon will speak. Wait till you go boast for, say, don't do for the 2 years. Say, I ain't do this thing, I ain't do one. Wait till you will feel boast for.
You remember what I told you? In 2 years, our passing rate for our public schools have improved. Students from the private schools are coming into the public school.
Okay, that government school.
Yes.
Government school.
Oh, first it used to be private school. I went private school.
So una not get government school here before?
We had public schools, but who will go public school when the best schools were private schools? Yeah. Today, Honour President, we are the best schools are public school. WAEC results prove it.
Yeah.
Because why? He paid $500,000 for all public school students taking WAECs to go to study classes every Saturday. He paid for that. Then on top of it, he paid for the WAEC fees, so you don't have stress to say, oh, I can't study because I have to go sell and, get money to pay my WAEC fee. That is not your worry. And if you pass the WAECs, all you have to go is do the exams and go to college or a university. That is what we call real change. So that's one. Look at the military. See how far we are now. Yes. Today we have military hospital. Today we are contributing United Nations peacekeeping. We who fought war are now contributors to peacekeeping in the world. Let's look at education. Most of our students are going on scholarships abroad paid for by the government. We added 2,000 health workers to the workforce and turn around and send 22 doctors out of the country to specialize and come back. Let's go to our, whatever you want to test. Our agriculture now, we have resource farmers that are helping farmers to grow crop. We are in the process, if everything works well, to moving towards mechanized farming. All these things happen in under 2 years old. We are not 2 years old yet. We are paving over 400 kilometers of roads. So it is not even 2 years.
Never reached 2 years.
We are not 2 years yet. January 22nd will make us 2 years old.
Okay.
So in under 2 years, imagine what these people are doing to subvert this government.
But some people say the president not serious. Say on Monday morning they go play football. It's supposed the office to make sure say the country do okay. So why?
Listen to this. The former president Samuel Doe, when the president was playing football, every time we had a major football game, he would go and play football with the national team, inspire them, motivate them, give them pep talks, and tell them, if you win this game, you see what I will do. Okay. And it's just you bring the player spirit up. This president, let's put the politics aside, because that is what these guys do. Hey, the president is not serious. You are the one not serious. Why? Who's the best person to come and talk to your team? He's the former world best, even though he did not play in the World Cup.
Yes.
He's the former European best, even though he's not a European. 3-time Africa's best, even though he did not carry African Cup of Nations. Yes. And then Ballon d'Or winner. Who has that kind of resume in the game of football in this world? Not even King Pele has it. Ronaldo does not have it. Have Ronaldo carried Africa best before? Have Messi carried Africa best before?
Africa best? No, they're not going to carry one. They will carry their own.
Thank you. But George, we are carrying world best, European best, Africa best.
Okay, so I understand.
You see where I'm coming from? His resume is not only impressive, it is the biggest in the world of football. And our team will face Chad tomorrow in an African Cup qualifier.
So he
goes there to practice with the team and you say, oh, so he's not serious.
What did the president now do for entertainers them? The entertainment industry. So what did be plan? Because a lot of entertainers did that. But like so now they talk about them.
You say, what is he going to plan? I'm not here to tell you what he's going to plan. I'm here to tell you what he has given them. He gave them 125,000 United States dollars.
125,000
United States dollars to set up their offices and bring themselves, into the
which
limelight.
Department they give that money?
The entertainers, the same entertainers, musical and movie industry.
Yeah.
Then he turned around and built a modern studio, right there, Baptist Seminary, for them to do their recordings and what have you. So while we are talking about plan, the president is not planning, he's delivering.
Okay, they will deliver today.
He's already delivered. So what are we talking about?
So you're missing that they're not too serious.
If you go to the same place, you will see Female Journalists Association of Liberia. They have their own building. First of all, the president give them the land. Turn around, build the building and give it to them. And then furnish the building with state-of-the-art equipments. That's the kind of president we are talking about. A talk and do president. These people, they're not doing with all this money. But the money that they have stolen is the money they want to use to sabotage the government. And when I explain these things to you, they don't go on radio and refute what I say. They don't argue. What I don't understand is some members in the gullible press don't come and say, Mr. Fagon, you said this. We want to go see the military hospital. I will carry them. We want to go see the NSA complex. I will carry them. We want to go see Fija building. I will carry them. They don't talk about these things. You know why? Because they can only survive in a chaotic situation. Problem. Then they survive, they steal the 4.6. But we will not allow them. That's why when they protest, we give them water to drink. That's why when they do disturbances, we let them walk. Because we want the 4.6 billion. Okay. We remain focused on the 4.6 billion.
Apart from the opposition party, there are some people for our party that see the verse. Say because they pave way. Now they did the photo, which is on a popular saying now for here. Say now they inside where they snap the photo. Now they bring the picture come now. They are not in the photo. So what happened? Why
The truth of the matter is, there are three categories of people you are talking. One small group, they were there from the beginning of the photo.
Yes.
They're not in the photo. Now, genuinely, there is the other group that was there from the beginning of the photo. Instead of waiting for the photographer to take the photo, they jump out of the photo. That is why they're not in the photo. So instead of staying with the photographer, they went to the organizer. And when you go to the organizer, the photographer will take the photograph. You are not in it.
Okay.
There were those who decided to come into the photograph when the other people left the photo. People like me.
Okay, so because you not did the way they plan, I would come to that one before.
You know, I will tell you, I will not hide it.
Because they tell me.
When we got in the photo, they said that we should get out of the photo. We said, no, we are in the photo. We're not getting out. You were supposed to be there. What took you out?
Okay, now you, because they say you do another party before.
That's what I'm saying.
So
we came into the photo. We came into the photo.
So you like this photo now?
I'm not going to like the photo. I'm in the photo.
I used to love the photo.
Then you have the group that took selfie.
Yeah,
and they thought it was the photo.
Okay.
But they don't know that every photograph has a photographer, and the photographer has his negative. So even if the photo destroyed, they can take the negative and print. Some of them were not even in the negative.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you have the ones that are genuinely complaining that they were there from the beginning of the photo, and the president is paying keen attention to that. The ones that left the photo to go and be with the organizer, they don't have any problem.
So, but the one way still remain for the photo, and I go attend to them. Now I'm be waiting you to promise me so. Because there are some people, they are still in the photo, but they're not still enjoy.
We will not let them go anywhere.
Okay, they go.
Remember when I told you that when the past government came, they marginalized, they downsized, and they right size, which means many citizens were cut off. This president came and he came with preaching change. So we could have done the same thing that they did to us. You see what I'm saying? The president said, no. We shouldn't do it. Let them stay. Let's find a way. But the people that are saying we were in a photo and we can't see ourselves, there were 32 political parties in this country. In 2005, when they started, they were genuinely in the photo. But when the CDC lost, they jumped out of the photo and went to the gravy pot.
So, make I ask you this one. So, because of this one and this photo problem, you sure say people could still like one help for the next election? Because, Abi, when are they doing election again?
2020.
2020. Now they will redo election.
Do the senatorial elections.
No, I mean, talking about president election.
2023.
So, you sure say people go still try one help They're not going to say, because they did the photo. When I remove them from the photo. So, you not just say they go first.
You have to first of all ask, how many people in Liberia can vote?
So how many people in Liberia?
The next thing you will look at, besides the 1 million plus that normally comes out
to vote,
energetically to vote, you have to look at how many of them are seditious. Then you have to look in that group of seditious, whether 500,000 or 600,000, 700,000, and say, how many of them are not in the photo? You see what I'm saying? What is happening is this. You cannot take everybody from your party and give them jobs. That is why the party is moving towards financial aid for students, scholarships for students, microloans for small businesses, for the partisans, building other institutions that will help partisans to improve their skills in terms of work. That is, you go to school and become a caterer, a tailor, or a basket weaver, or mason, or mechanic. We are working on all those things for our partisans. What the other people are doing, they are making music for us to try to turn our people against us. But at the end of the day, they just saw it recently. Our partisans sent a message to us through this last senator that was elected. After him, go and ask them how many have they won now. They have been beaten massively since. Massively in any elections. And then look at all the development. They will know that truly a savior came for our country.
So one question, since why I come, I see some kind thing. You know, this one is your country. Everybody they use dollar. Bofao, Dogo, everybody dollar. Not your country dollar.
Yeah.
Because they say people they won't want dollar, they go buy something like this. It's could be like say the country money not get value. Why? Why everybody they do like that? Why they value the US dollar more than your country?
That was a situation created by the past administration. And what is happening now, where people value the dollar more than
The Liberia.
Because the dollar can be spent anywhere, anytime, anyhow. But for example, if you take a $50 and it's 10, let's say, Liberian dollar, they say, I don't want money, go TJ. But show the mighty old dollar. Even in Nigeria, show mighty old dollar, people will run for it. It's a phenomenon all around the world. But what is most important here is this. The inflation I told you about. The previous government sought to change $5 billion. They sought to get authorization. They give them authorization. After that, they started printing everything on their own. Print 10 billion additional to the 5. Instead of taking out the 5 billion money that was there, because you take out the tear money, then you put in the new money, right?
Yeah.
They left the tear money there, they put that 5 million behind it. Then they went and printed 10 million, put it behind it. Then they went and printed 2.6 billion again, put it behind it. This is the problem President Weah is confronted with. And he's not complaining because that was what he signed up for. He's attacking the issue gradually and systematically. And at the end of the day, you and I will see when the Liberian dollars is changed and this $4.6 billion is recovered in monies and assets from those people who are making the noise, then we will know.
Okay. So you may say this present government, they never get anything like corruption, they never basically anything, you understand? Because a lot of the complaint, the private jet, the 40-something apartment.
I'm happy you raised that.
So why?
Go all around. When you find the private jet that President Weah owns, please come back. We'll be responsible for your ticket so that, in fact, the plane, we will give it to you. You can have the plane. The private jet that President Weah owns.
So you not get?
He does not have it.
Because they tell me say it doesn't get. Say my friend give out to
I say if you find it, take it.
To boost the morale.
If you find it, take it. I don't know if you have seen the yacht. There is something in technology now they call graphics. They will take somebody's yacht, do a Photoshop, put there NNS George Weah.
So I don't understand now.
They Photoshop it. They got a seaplane, President Weah private jet. If you see that plane, Pararan, you can have it. If you see that yacht, as deputy spokesperson of this government, you can also have it. If you see all the things they are ascribing, even the $11,000 shoe they say you wear, you can also take it.
So what about the apartment, the 40-something apartment? That one I read.
It's not 40-something. They themselves, they are confused. Sometimes they will say 47, sometimes they will say 19. The truth of the matter is, this guy was the first genuinely rich Liberian. He earned millions of dollars. Let's get that point straight.
Yes.
First. And you are telling me this man who played for CAF, Confederation of African Football debt, pay Ghana Football Federation debt, pay Liberia Football something debt, do all the humanitarian work around the world, brought our child soldiers, disarmed them, pay school fees, made some of us who we are today look at us. Are you telling me that he cannot build houses? Let me show you. The cheapest country in the world to build a house is Liberia. Take this message wherever you go. That the cheapest country in the world to build a house is Liberia. One bag of cement is $7 United States dollars. That one bag of cement gives you 33 blocks, cement blocks. So 10 bags of cement is $70 United States dollars. 70. But the $70 will give you 333 blocks. So let's go to 10, where you will get 700.
Yeah, so no, what make people they ask questions. So they say if you get money before, why now I call it build the house?
Is it now he's building the house? Can anyone build 47 buildings in just 1 year? You alone? Can you build 47 buildings?
Because now some people they talk, say
this man has been having all his, in fact, they burned his house on 9th Street. He built it back. They attempted to burn it again during the war. He was peace ambassador. These same people running around here. Twice they burned his house. Now, let's take that out. This man was the foremost world best. Look at Neymar then. How much do they make now? Look at Ronaldo then and the other one, Messi. And you are talking about the world best, European best, Africa best. You come and talk about Liberia in 47 buildings. This man should have even half of the country. He should have bought it. And I'm not joking. He should have bought it. He had the money.
So this money now I own.
It is his own money. Let's put him aside. Okay. Let's look at what his son is earning now, 10 million euros. Yeah. So how many buildings should Timothy get now? If I was Timothy, I'd take 5 million euros and come buy half Morovia right now. Because how much will half of Morovia cost the land? You buy it. But let's look at the fact that President Weah has a political party. He ran elections in 2005 against the most powerful political cartel in the world, in this country. Yes. He lost. He ran again in 2011. He lost. He ran a massive campaign again in 2017. He won. And you're talking about 47 billions. Do you know how much it costs to run one presidential electoral campaign? And you're talking about 47 billions. These people, there's 4.6 billion, they will bring this money. They will bring the 4.6 billion. That's where the problem is.
Okay. So now, what did they do now? Because this interview, not because of me, not because of you, and because of Liberians, we don't even did this country. So, what if you're not plan now to talk to them so that they will know, because a lot of people won't come back home. But they say every time, fight for home. So, what you now they do now to settle Liberia to make Liberia great again so that people will come back home. So, what will be the plan when I get? So,
well, a lot of people are already coming back home.
Yeah.
But quite recently, there's a small group of people calling themselves CPP or CP, whatever, COP. They have been creating something we call the politics of fear. If you Google that word, when your friends have nothing to talk about or to record to say, I did this, I built roads, I built houses, they resort to something called the politics of fear. They make people afraid to come. They have been doing that. Now, as of the 2 days ago, that riot, we have stepped up. If anybody breaks the law again, our sympathy is not there. We apply the law to the full extent. First, to set example, we have 4 of them in jail. They have been charged. As I speak to you, the trial is on. They wounded 4 police officers, busted the people's mouth and everything. They will be punished severely under the law. Now, the one who sent them there will also be punished. And those who sit in the background with this 4.6 billion, throwing out the money, when we catch you, you will also be punished. Because why? They want a situation of breakdown of law and order. Once they can break law and order down, nobody will ask for this 4.6 billion. And so the real issue, I'm telling you, is this 4.6 billion. We want it from them, and they don't want to give it.
So you should say for this one, 6 years, if you take this money from
we'll get this money, you watch.
Okay.
We are already with some of them. You know that they are in jail and they came out on bond. They are on trial. So we are already there. The ones who printed the excess money, 2.6 billion Liberian dollars, without authorization, another 10 billion. Without taking out the 5 billion, they put in another 5 billion. Those ones are on trial.
My people, they say, make I ask you this question. They say because you be deputy minister, because your position a big one. See why you already do live video by yourself. Only you want to do live video. Why?
So when this ministry was established.
No, I'm talking about the live video.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. When this ministry was established, Pararan, at that time, the only media we knew was the print and electronic media. Print media means magazine, newspaper, and tabloids, those things. Electronic media, radio, and television. There was no such thing as what? Social media. So because we had print and electronic media at the time, now that you see social media where people like you can say, our people, when I listen, you talk. Before people listen radio, they listen to you. So what media should I use? I should be using radio while you are using social media. Which one now is even faster in this modern times? So you see, our friends who send you to ask this question, ask them what media are they using? They are using social media. There are over 200 of them every morning. Live video, government city. So if they use Facebook, should I use textbook or copybook?
No, because you be big man. So then they look and say, they use Facebook before they go see now. You go use Instagram.
But you see, the thing about it is, which one is most effective?
Facebook.
Facebook. So if they use Facebook with negative propaganda, then I go take television, I can't even cross Atlantic Ocean. Television, Liberia television, it can't cross Atlantic Ocean to even reach Nigeria. Okay. Will it reach US?
No.
No. So in order to respond to the negative propaganda, I have to use...
So you just appear like, say, oh boy, and allow you.
Like this thing. Think about what they said about the president's shoes. Think about what they said about the private jet. Think about what they said about the yacht. Think about what they said about the 47 building. So their own news on social media is taking over the whole world. Then they want me to come and use OKFM here so that only in Morovia they will hear my own. No. They cannot use Facebook and force me to use textbook.
Now make you use that Facebook.
I will not use textbook. I will not use copybook. Yeah. I will use Facebook.
Okay. So if Facebook not there before, what did you forgot use?
And because if Facebook was not there, the field would have been level. Okay. They will use radio, I use radio. And I will have advantage because I have good radio, they don't have. If they use the print media, newspaper, they can't print nothing where they are talking. I will print some here. So
una not get any plan just for una to come together, then so that una feel move Liberia forward. This fight, una not get anything una feel do.
No, we have plan. It's them that don't have a plan. Because here is why I say we have plan and they don't have plan.
Okay.
You can see our plan working. I told you about the university, right? I told you about the military hospital. I told you about the roads. I told you about healthcare workers. I told you about doctors going overseas. I told you about students on scholarship. You can see our plan. What is their plan? To be on social media talking. Okay. So that's the only plan they have. Talk on social media.
I'll talk to Mark. Mark will block a lot of una. We be Liberia from Facebook because una they disturb us because we still get our problem. Before we go see Liberia, una don't come outside. Go. So before we go finish, Mark can ask you this question. This war quotes, war quotes, where they talk about say the president weak like this. Because a lot of people they complain that thing. Wait till make they complain because I don't understand that thing. So if you break it down for us.
Here is why they can complain. Our law, Article 34E. Yeah. Article 34E, Liberian Constitution, you Google it, Article 34E. It says that the legislature shall have the power. Legislature is the same as parliament.
Yes.
The parliament shall have the power to set up such other codes. They can't say you have the power, then every day I'm going to your crew to tell them, hey you, why you can't bring this, your manager? I'm fussing with your manager. Yeah. But it says you have the power. So instead of fussing with your manager, making palaver with your manager, I should come straight to you because you have the power. Yes. Right? But this is not the case of the opposition. Our law say parliament will have the power, the legislature. So the president said, look, you all say I should bring war control. I don't have the power. They say, okay, if you don't have the power, why you can't send a bill to the parliament? Every Liberian has the right to send bill. You who want it, why you can't send bill? Just because we are in government does not mean all of us want this thing. I lost 2 brothers and I challenged the whole country on numerous occasions to prove me wrong. Nobody, because most people knew my family. I'm the only son of my father alive today. My 2 brothers were killed. I have all my 6 sisters to take care of and their children. So this is my personal story. As hurt as I am, I'm even more so hurt that after the war, the ones who brought about the Accra Peace Accord, who were the actual perpetrators of the war crimes, were left to govern the country for 12 unbroken years. This is what we got out of it. 4.6 billion stolen out of the country. ECOWAC UNMIL was here. 17,000 plus troops. With all the sophistication in terms of weaponry, machinery, logistics, technology, manpower. You did nothing. Now, poor us, we come as a government, our people suffering. The economy is bad, that they handed to us. President said it from day one. You give us a bad economy and a broke government. Those were exact words of what the president said. Then we are struggling with our thing. When you have our people say, when the heavy downpour of rain was coming, you didn't put bucket outside to fetch water. Now that in December you see the dew falling, now you open reservoir. Which water you will catch? I am saying this to say that in as much as I feel hurt, at the end of the day, there was competing views. Some people say they want retributive justice. Some people say they want restorative justice. What do I mean by that? Some people say, let's talk this thing on a palaver hut. Let it go. Some people say, no, these people, they must pay for their crimes. So what did the president do? President said, well, the person who have the power in this matter is the parliament.
Yes.
Go before the parliament, carry your case there.
So now the parliament now we must do all those things.
Yes, because the law, Article 34E says that.
Okay.
So now, the reason why our friends always want the president to take it, they blame, because now it's a part of their plan. So that they say, oh, President Weah is a dictator. Watch this careful, this crafty plan. The law says, I'm quoting the law to you. When they come to you, ask them, say what Article 34E says. It says Parliament has the power. Why are you bothering this president? They want him to take a decision. Then they will go back and say, what did we tell you? He's a dictator. But the president is smart. So the president say, the Parliament has the power, not me. The law says, go there.
Good.
And that's what happened. But had he taken the decision to establish a court all by himself, they would have used the same Article 34E to call him a dictator. So the president has been smarter than most of our friends on the other side.
So my people, now I don't hear from Ona or Gamat, you don't help Ona explain a lot of things. The questions them. Some of the questions I not ask them like that, Sha, but I will come back again. You understand? Because we don't take time well. So honorable, we dey happy well for you to give us this time to let our people know what did they really happen for Liberia. So nice to meet you. So if you get anything you want to tell your Liberia people, no, this one now you will speak the colloquia. So face them. Yeah. So may you tell them, say everything. You know what you need to talk. So your Liberia people.
Okay, you see, your Liberian people, especially you are living in the diaspora.
Good.
Soon in the morning you wake up, somebody just finish drinking milk, they eat sugar. Hey, you see, don't listen to them. If you say the president get yacht, where is the yacht? Come and show us. If you say, oh, the president stole money, first question, how much money? Where did he steal it from? Where is the money? How can we catch him? Can we go to court? Yes, you have the right as a Liberian citizen to go to court. All the accusation that has been made over and over, not one member of the opposition has gone to court. So today, I'm appealing to every Liberian. When you hear an opposition leader say, XYZ, please tell him, my friend, go to court and prove your case. Do not let anybody tell you something and you take it. No. If they say he stole 25 million, my friend, go to court. Because under our law, the government can sue and the government can be sued. The president, under our law, is not above the law. So people need to go to court. But most importantly, what I said, if they come up and say president has a jet, please ask them where. For me, I have told Pararan already, anywhere you see this jet, take it, it's yours. I give you the authority, have it. If you see the yacht, don't even call us. Just go and grab it, take it. If you see the helicopter, you can also have it. If you know where the $11,000 shoes of the president is, just show me. I'll go grab it from him and give it to you. We are tired with the lies. We are tired with the misinformation. We are tired with the redundant comment. I'm speaking the BB book now.
Yeah. No, now your people
it's for the BB book.
Yeah.
So to you, the Liberians, our country is on course. Our students are doing better than before what they did 12 years ago. Our teachers are being paid and they are performing. The performance can be seen in the students' performance. Our military is on course. They are contributing to peacekeeping missions around the world. Their hospital is nearing completion. Most of our public offices that were in people-rented houses, you know the people I'm talking about, the ones who stole the 4.6 billion, the president is taking those public offices out of those people-rented houses into land by themselves on acres, and they are big places. So let's come to our health workers. He added 2,000 of them to the wage bill. Yes, but did you want them to sit down? No. So let's look at our road. We did not have paved roads. Today we get them. So our country is on course. This man did all of this in under 2 years.
If they leave here, this thing will reach tomorrow. So make we cut.
So you see how much the president have done?
Yeah.
Cut it.
No, it never reach to cut. So my Liberia people, my men. So how you all doing? So now here we will stop. We don't try. Well. So don't worry, I will still come again. May not be like I did one side.
Yes.
So I will still come back to Liberia again. So I just make I call please my fans them. And I don't talk to one of our minister. So we will meet tonight again. Okay? So I beg you, cut